Good day, everyone. I'm Ed, the antiquarian. And behind me, you see an archaeological excavation somewhere in southern Italy. Now, archaeology is an outgrowth of antiquarianism in that both are concerned with material remains rather than written records. They focus on the material remains of ancient societies. If they're lucky, these archaeologists will uncover one or more Roman coins during their dig. And they will eventually send these coins on to coin specialists called numismatists. And that is today's topic, numismatics. Over the centuries, hundreds of thousands of Greek and Roman coins have been minted during antiquity and have been discovered since. The museums of Europe and other areas are loaded with thousands, sometimes tens of thousands of ancient coins. Uh, Private collections are probably even greater because these coins have been plucked from the soil of Italy and Greece and France and North Africa by tomb robbers, archaeologists, and ancient history enthusiasts who visit sites and occasionally find a coin themselves. Now, what is a coin? A coin is simply this. It is uh, a disc of precious metal, gold, silver, bronze, brass, copper, of certain weight that has been stamped or minted on its face, the obverse, that's the front half of the coin, and on its reverse. In this case, we have an Athenian owl, a tetradrachm, that is a 4 drachma piece, which was the most common coin purchased during the Greek and even the Hellenistic era, especially in the Eastern Mediterranean. This is a particularly good example. The portrait of Athena, the patroness of ancient Athens, and her owl that represents her, wise old owl, I suppose. Some olive leaves. The olive was so important to the economy of ancient Athens. And we even have an inscription. Athe, of course, is Athena. So that's what a coin is. Now, a coin has a certain weight, prescribed weight, and size, its diameter. And as such, it would have in antiquity had a certain purchasing power. That is with this coin. In the Agora of Athens, you might have been able to wander around and buy so many loaves of bread and so many jugs of wine with this, just with this particular coin. That is its purchasing power. That was the purpose of minting a coin. How they are minted, you can see in this diagram a blank of silver at a certain weight and a certain size is placed on a die. You can see how the die has been carved, engraved with, let's say, if this is the reverse, and so the owl would be here, and on the obverse would be Athena right here. Uh, this photo shows a coin on this die. The other die is placed on top of it, and then it is given a brisk blow with the hammer. Voila, you have an Athenian silver tetradrachma. Now, through donation, private purchases, public auctions, most ancient coins have found themselves these days in the hands of private collectors, and they are by the hundreds, if not the thousands, worldwide who collect ancient coins, and also of notable museums. I would guess that the British Museum has tens of thousands of ancient Greek, Roman, and Anglo-Saxon coins. The private collectors and the museums all either are or employ coin experts. They are known as numismatists. Their task is to catalog each coin as to um, who minted it, what was its value, what was its history, what was its story. And that, of course, is the most interesting part for historians, when the numismatist can tell us the story that each coin has to tell. For instance, where it is found, in what level would help date the coin and date the strata in which it was discovered. It's very important whenever possible to have the provenance of each coin. That is where it was discovered, where it was minted. In the case of the tetradrachma, it was minted in Athens using Athenian silver to a certain high percentage. And the purity of the silver or gold or copper or bronze is essential to the purchasing value of the coin in antiquity. Then there's a matter of aesthetics. Um, Here we have a golden Arius, a Roman minted coin during the reign of Vespasian. You can see this portrait of Vespasian. He's highly recognizable, but in any event, you can see right here Caesar, Vespasian, Augustus. That is, he is the emperor of Rome. And this is Justitia, the goddess of justice, because Vespasian fancied himself a bringer of justice back to Rome. This is the weight, the size of the coin versus a dime, for instance. Both the dime and this Arius are just about the same size, but the golden Arius is about 3 times as heavy. It has something to do with the gold and also the thickness of the coin itself. And the artwork is important. The inscriptions on the coin, all of this can add to the story that the coin has to tell. And where was it found? Was it found in Syria or North Africa or even in Greece someplace? Well, that would indicate some trade going on between Rome itself and one or the other of these provinces of the empire. and these aria were found throughout the Roman Empire. So the vocation of numismatics became professionalized in both in Europe and America during the middle years of the 19th century. In 1836, the Royal Numismatic Society was the earliest professional organization founded. They began to publish the Numismatic Journal, and publishing of the journal continues today. The idea is to describe each coin that's discussed, its history, and it's the probable tale that it has to tell. It's all part of the numismatic uh, inquiry. Now, I would be disingenuous if I didn't also mention that the collecting of ancient coins from the Greco-Roman times, or in Britain, the Anglo-Saxon, Anglo-Norman times, or even early American coins, especially gold and silver coins, can be quite profitable. They are a good, solid investment, especially the gold and silver coins. And after being held for a while, they're put into a collection. They can be sold privately or publicly at auction. And there are auctions frequently in New York, Chicago, Miami, and certainly in London, and then in Paris and on the continent. Here is an example of somebody who was certainly rewarded for their collecting skills and knowledge. Someone had acquired this very, apparently very common looking brass sestertius, not a very imposing coin, but the minting of it was absolutely incredible. Good, sharp features. This is a wonderful portrait of Hadrian, the emperor, who is displayed here. And the goddess Pax, peace. This was the era of the Pax Romana, the peace and prosperity for 200 solid years in the Mediterranean basin. In any event, this is a very scarce coin, and there certainly were other reasons of which I am unaware that made this such a valuable coin. But in the year 2022, at public auction, this particular coin sold for $2.5 million. So the collecting of coins can be very like the collecting scarce fine art. It can certainly appreciate, especially in times that we are experiencing now of heavy inflation. So that's the story of numismatics. As historians, of course, we are interested in the many, many tales told by the thousands of coins that come under the eye and the scholarship of numismatists. So thanks for watching. Please come back to this channel when you get a chance to see other videos that have been posted here for your lifelong learning experience. Thanks again.